So hello everyone, I am Idilin Sanoy from BTLE 1B and my report is all about creating a peaceable classroom. What is creating a peaceable classroom? Creating a peaceable classroom involves establishing an environment that prioritizes harmony, respect, and positive interaction among students. It encompasses fostering open communication, teaching conflict resolution skills, building strong teacher-students relationships, and promoting inclusivity. The goal is to create space where students feel safe, valued, and engaged in their learning while cultivating a sense of community and mutual understanding. Creating a peaceable classroom involves implementing strategies to cultivate a positive and harmonious learning environment. Here are key components: clear expectation, positive teacher-student relationship, promote open communication, teach conflict resolution skills, emphasize empathy, consistent discipline, inclusive practices, collaborative learning, regular check-ins, model behavior. So when we say clear expectations, clearly communicate classroom rules and expectations from the beginning. This helps set a boundaries, respectful behavior, and creates assured understanding among students. And number two, positive teacher-student relationship. Build strong connections with your students, show genuine interest in their well-being, listen their concerns, and provide support when needed. A positive teacher-student relationship contributes significantly to a peaceful atmosphere. Number three, promote open communication. It encourages students to express their thoughts and feelings, foster an environment where students feel comfortable sharing their perspective without fear of judgment. Open communication reduces misunderstanding and conflicts. And number four, teach conflict resolution skills. It equips students with the skill to resolve conflicts peacefully, teach them effective communication, compromise, and problem-solving techniques. This empowers students to handle disagreements constructively. And number five, emphasize empathy. Cultivate empathy by incorporating activities that promote understanding of different perspectives. This helps create a compassionate and supportive classroom community. And number six, consistent discipline. It's be fair and consistent in applying consequences for rule violations. Consistency reinforces the idea that everyone is accountable for their actions, contributing to a sense of fairness in the classroom. And number seven, inclusive practices. Celebrate diversity and promote inclusivity, acknowledge and respect each student's unique background, experience, and perspective. Inclusive practices foster a sense of belonging for everyone. And number eight, collaborative learning. It's incorporate collaborative activities that encourage teamwork and cooperation. Collaborative learning experiences help build a sense of community and reduce competition among students. Number nine is regular check-ins. It is schedule regular check-ins with students to assist their well-being and address any concern they may have. This proactive approach allows you to identify potential issues early and prevent escalations. And lastly, model behavior. It's be a positive role model for your students. Demonstrate the behaviors and attitudes you expect from them. Your actions set the tone for the classroom culture. So what is peaceable classroom? A peaceable classroom is an environment where students and educators promote a calm, respectful atmosphere, fostering positive relationship and effective learning. It emphasizes cooperation, empathy, and conflict resolution to create a harmonious learning space. Creating a peaceable classroom is a way to help students respect and appreciate each other regardless of differences. Here are some ways to help create the atmosphere of love and acceptance in our classroom. Declare your Declare your classroom a zone of peace and establish role to achieve it. On the first few days of school, introduce to your students the concept of peaceful classroom. Ask them what they think are the elements necessary to create an atmosphere of peace in the classroom. Ask them to put up a poster indicating that their classroom is a zone of peace and the guidelines necessary to achieve it. As the teacher, let the peace begin with you. Each morning, tell yourself that you will be a peaceful teacher and that every time sometimes rub you the wrong way, reminds yourself that you have resolved to be peaceful and would not allow yourself to explode. Each time you enter the classroom, breathe out or ground of any negative energy that you caught along the way. Radiate positive energy, smile as you greet others. Teach your students greetings of peace in the local dialects of foreign language and use it as a springboard for a brief discussion on peace issues of the day when applicable. This classroom is a zone of peace. Number 1, listen when someone is talking. Number 2, do not include anyone. Number 3, see only kind words. Number 4, speak gently. Number 5, show respect for each other. So when we say listen when someone is talking, it's encourage active listening to improve understanding and communication among students. And number 2, do not exclude anyone. It's fostering inclusivity by discouraging action that may lead to isolation to alienation within the class. And number 3, see only kind words. It advocates for the use of positive and supportive language, aiming to establish an atmosphere where students communicate with kindness and empathy. And number 4, speak gently. It is promote expressing oneself in a calm and respectful manner, discouraging aggressive or disrespectful tones. And lastly, show respect for each other. It stresses the significance of mutual respect, working towards an environment where students treat one another with consideration and courtesy. Peace in many languages. Number 1, Salam, Arabic, Buboto, Lingalal, Congo, Shalom, Hebrew, Beki, Hungarian, Amani, Shawali, Shanti in Hindi, Damay in Indonesian country, Hiwa in Japanese country, Hongwa in Korean country, Paz in Spanish country, Pax in Latin. That's all. Thank you.
Everyone, and this time we're going to tackle about the creating a peaceable classrooms and rules and regulations in a classroom. So here is about the affirm your students. So as a teachers, we need to um, patibayin natin yung estudyante natin. So affirm your students is say something positive or nice to someone when an opportunity comes up. So dapat tayo is we're going to say always positive to the others yung ano in a nice way, in a nice way. So recognize the idea they contributed. So always natin talaga siya na i-recognize yung idea ng binibigay ng student or isang tao. Hindi lang siya isang student, isang tao as a group. Kasi hindi natin alam na yung idea na pala yan is makakatulong din pala yan para maiwas din yun siya sa yung sinasabi natin na out of place or parang mag-feel na isang tao na wala siya kaambag sa kanyang grupo. Ganun. Show interest with what learners have to say. Dapat tayo is always natin na halimbawa is alam natin na parang hindi naman yung naka-interesado but tayo as teachers is ipapakita talaga natin sa ating mga learners na interesado tayo sa sa mga sa ating learners kung ano yung mga sinasabi nila. Ganyan. Note or look them in the eyes. Dapat, yeah, as sa kang teacher is dapat mag eyes, kung maaari is tingnan mo siya directly sa kanyang mga mata para makuha mo yung attention niya or mag-gets mo yung kung ano yung point niya doon. So, express feelings appropriately and encourage students to do so. So, express mo yung feelings niya and i-encourage mo yung estudyante para gawin yung mga bagay na gusto niyang magawa. Kasi mostly is sa mga estudyante is marami talaga na hindi nag-cooperate dyan kasi mahihiya kasi talaga. But sometimes sa mga student na hindi nag-cooperate is sila pa yung merong mga alam na tinatago. And when there are situations that anger you refrain from aggressive way to reacting. If sa situations is meron doon is yung parang galit, is parang marunong ka na i-change yun, i-refrain yun from aggressive way of reacting. Yung halimbawa, yung estudyante mo is may situation doon na nag-aaway, so dapat um, maano mo sila, yung mabaling mo yung attention nila in a reacting lang. Yung ganun. So when So when our patience is tried, the level of the anger thermometer in our bodies goes up and we tend to react forcefully. Doon naman sa sa ano to, patient o yung mga estudyante na parang yung ang anger nila is yung parang magtaas is we need to wait lang. Huh? So when our patience is tried, the level of the anger thermometer in our bodies goes up and we tend to react uh, forcefully. Dito naman is yung tayo, if yung student is nagagalit is tayo is hindi rin natin makontrol yung temper yung temper natin. So tayo as a teacher or kung sino man dyan is magpo-force, makareact tayo forcefully into anger too. Pag wala tayong control sa ating sarili. So, next is the teacher should learn how to manage their anger. So, dito, dapat, as a teacher, dapat alam natin na alam ng teacher na kung paano niya i-manage yung galit niya sa mga students, sa mga learners niya. Kasi meron din kasi minsan ng mga teachers na pag high temperature yung mga student niya is magiging high din ganyan. Tapos hindi niya instead na maging peace, it's become into war or magiging into trouble sa isang society as a sa classroom. So teachers can use calming techniques like breathing deeply or gently leaving the anger scenes. Ang teacher is dapat daw na magagamit siya ng techniques or para maiwasan yung galit niya is dapat mag-breath na malalim and kung maaari is iwasan niya na yung scene na yun na parang nag-high temperature kayo diyan sa ganun na sitwasyon. And then students should be taught appropriate expressions of feelings. So dapat tayo din na mga student is matuto din tayo na makiramdam sa feelings kasi hindi lang kasi tayo na um, ano, yung, yung bang, hindi lang tayo yung tao dyan na, hindi yun lang yung feelings na isa lang yung feelings na, so dapat tayo, at meron kasi talaga na student na yung emotional down to earth. Meron kasi mga ganyan is meron din mga high and mga high na feeling mga high na ano po, feeling mga high na mga student as a, kumbaga as a bida-bida sa ano sa isang classroom. So they should be taught cooling and cooling off techniques like uh, dapat yung student is meron din siya mga pamaraan kung paano niya maiwasan yun. Like dito is yung ano yung ang pag-uusapan natin dito ngayon is about siya sa self ng isang student kung paano niya maiwasan yung mga ganun na mga bagay para makaiwas ng gulo. Like writing how they feel, kung isulat niya kung ano yung nararamdaman niya. Pwede yun. Like, I am very upset. So, ganun is
Good day everyone, I am KMD Guzman and this will be the continuation of Jason Laurenton report on chapter 13. Next is encourage respect for and acceptance of differences. This is one of the common yet painful issue, right? The fact is that people tend to make fun with the differences so in order to create a peaceable classroom where the students feel a sense of belongings and acceptance, we have to set aside our differences. I repeat, where the students feel a sense of belongings and acceptance, we have to set aside our differences. As a teachers or as a future teacher, what we should do first and foremost is to examine our own biases. In this part, kailangan natin hanapin sa ating sarili na walang pinapaboran sa loob ng classroom. Remind them that the color of the skin, the texture of one's hair, the size of one's body, and the amount of money in one's pocket have nothing to do with what is one's hearts. Remind them that the people differ in sexual orientation, mental ability, and manner of distressing or speaking, among others, and those differences do not give anyone the right to tease, exclude, to hurt one another. Students must also remember, or you should remember, keep in mind that we are born unique. Next is employ more cooperative than competitive activities. Note that there are two words that is being highlighted on this poem. The cooperative and the competitive. When we talk about cooperative, we can relate to it like positive things. When we talk about competitive, the negative one when students are given cooperative activities. They learn how to solve a problem together and to help one another using members' different talents, skills, and strengths. Cooperative activities are those that will enable the class to work together to pursue one goal. Competitions breed divisions that may set conflicts afterwards. Cooperative activities, on the other hand, promote positive interdependence, where students learn the skills of communication and collaboration. The next one is teach students how to resolve conflicts peacefully and constructively. For instance, when there are hurtful situations, take an active role against it. Remind them that a solution may be found if they will genuinely listen to each other's perspective. People sometimes have the tendency to speak before they think, which is true before they could catch themselves. The negative words have already been spoken. And to keep in mind, words are like knives. It cuts deep, so in this part, let students practice into changing negative statements to positive ones. Our words can be a two-edged sword. Hence, we should be careful on how we say things. Teaching our students to choose the words they say in consideration of other people's feelings will help reduce conflict in the classroom. A peaceable classroom is one where students feel safe and secure. It is a place where they are free to be the person they were. Teachers can help build these kinds of classroom, and if the principles of peace are taught and lived in the classroom, it will be the easier for the learners to carry on these values and skills. That will be all. Thank you.
Practice students' skills of communication. Many conflicts in the classroom arise because of miscommunication, misperception, and misunderstanding. There are times when what we say is not accurately received by the others or when what we do is inaccurately perceived. One way to help avoid conflicts emanating from miscommunication is to reach the students how to clarify or clarity and paraphrase. People sometimes have the tendency to speak before they think. Before they could catch themselves, the negative word have been already been spoken. Practice students into changing negative statements into positive. The use of a message will be helpful in the regards. Una sa lahat po, kailangan nating i-practice yung mga kabataan the way kung paano sila makikipag-communicate sa iba na hindi sila nakaka-offense. Minsan kasi may mga bagay na saka natin malalaman na mali pala yung sinabi nating mga salita pag nabigkas na natin. So, huli na ang lahat. Isa rin yan sa sanhi ng conflict. So, what we are going to do is to change the way we communicate each other. So, the negative statement change into a positive statement. So, for example po nito is, so, in negative aspect, shut up. So, in positive statement, please keep quiet. So, in this term, hindi mo or hindi ma-offense yung kausap mo. Another example, you are irritating. So, in positive way of communicating, I am bothered when. The third example, you are too noisy. So, in negative and positive statement, may I have some private moment please? So, using that terms, wala kang masasaktan because you are using a positive statement of communication. That's all at maraming salamat sa pakikinig.
So, hello ma'am. By the way, I am Jamaica Tidapal, the last reporter. So, my topic to my report is all about practice student skills of communication. So, practice student skills communication means is essential for the personal and professional development. So many conflicts in the classroom arise because of miscommunication, misperception, and misunderstanding. There are times when what we say is not accurately received by the other, or when what we do is inaccurately perceived. One way to help avoid conflicts emanating from miscommunication is to teach the student how to clarify and paraphrase. Teach them that when something said bothers them, they should clarify if they received the message accurately. May I know if I am correct and understanding what you said? Did you say that? So people sometimes have the tendency to speak before they think, before they could catch themselves. The negative words have already been spoken. Practice students into changing negative statement into push positive ones. The use of messages will be helpful in this regard. It means it involves hoping their ability to effectively convey ideas. Here's an explanation and example. Practicing communication skills helps students improve their ability to express themselves clearly, build rapport with others, and understand different perspectives. And it involves various aspects such as verbal and non-verbal communication, active listening, empathy, and adaptability. So that the meaning of practicing student of communication skills. So let's proceed the changing negative statements into more positive ones. A. Shut up. Alternative. Please keep quiet. B. You are irritating. Alternative. I am bothered. When? C. You are too noisy. May have some private moments, please. So that's the changing negative statement into more positive ones. So our word can be a two-edged words. Hence, we should be careful on how we say things, teaching our students to choose the words they say and considerations of other people. Feelings will help reduce conflicts in the classroom. So let's proceed to a peaceable classroom is one where students feel safe and secure. It is a place where they are free to be the person they are, recognized of their responsibilities. It is a place where they grow as person without traits of being ridiculed, margin, marginal, marginalized, or hurt. Marginalized or hurt. Teachers can help build this kind of classrooms. If the principles of peace are taught and live in the classroom, it will be easier for learner to carry on these values and skills to their others. Spirits of interaction and peace. Teachers should be happy that they have done their share in building a society where the new norms and peaceable. So here an example. Let's say a student wants to to improve their pres- pres- presentation skills. They can practice by preparing a short presentation on a topic of interest and the delivering it to a small friends or classmates. During the presentation, they can focus on speaking clearly, maintaining eye contact, using appropriate body language, and engaging the audience. So, so how do you treat students for communication skills? Methods for teaching communication skills. Number one, use material that showcases conversation skills. And number two, create a learning environment that fosters critical thinking. Promote Number three, promote teamwork, treat group assignments. And number four, promote active listening. And number five, offer feedback. Every moment as a teaching opportunity. And number seven, turn talking.